Israel's neighbors are Arab.
Of course, that no one is. Yes, the location. We know the location, but it's not that. It's not because it's surrounded by Arab countries and Arab people. It's not just that. It's obviously surrounded by that because there was all Arab people there, and they just displaced them, and they, gave, Israelis, whatever they are.
Say it.
What? Say what? They're just not. I mean,
This is
whatever. They're
Zionist,
not.
right?
They
They're
don't. They
Zionist,
don't. But they gave these people who don't belong there because they lived in, from Russia to Portugal for 2,000 years, right? The Roman Empire displaced them 2,000 years ago, so that's why they look very different from, people.
They're laundering their guilt for the Holocaust through
Right. No, but it's okay.
with Arab Muslim blood.
It's not just that though. The people who have moved Jews around the world have never been Arabs. It has been Europeans, like starting from the Roman Empire. It's never been Arabs that have moved Jews across the world. It's been Europeans. And like Jews don't understand that they've been used as little pawns like for 2,000 years. Do you know what I'm saying? And now they're still being used as little pawns by Europeans in the Western world, because now Europeans moved into the Americas, right? So now it's like the Americas have interest in the Middle East, so they continue to use them as little pawns, and it's just funny that they don't understand that. They don't understand they're fighting for other people. Like they're just like little pawns. I don't know how else I can say it. But that, and it just really fucked up that this like small group of people are the pressure point, but
yeah,
No,
it's
I would
called
agree
too
with
much
you.
trauma in society for like so little gain to the United States. There's no gain that America gets from any of this stuff. It's just making our
the
society.
gain is that the gain is that
No, there's
Israel
a huge.
Israel is their eyes and ears in the Middle East.
Yeah,
Dude,
That
they
was
have so many.
the
They have
in the
so
Middle
many
East.
countries in the Middle East that are lining up to be friends with them. That they seriously do not need Israel. Like all these countries
Like
in the Middle
who?
East,
But they do.
Saudi,
But they do.
Saudi
It's
Arabia,
just
Kuwait. Like look at where all the places the U.S. military bases are. Not in Israel. They're in like Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Oman,
All right.
like all these countries. Like they're just lining up. Egypt, like it's just all these countries are like U.S. allies. Jordan, they're all U.S. allies. Turkey, like the only ones that aren't are the ones that like don't like Israel. So
Let's if I can mediate for a second. Abe Cook, can I transition to something for a second? I just want to get, I don't know if this has been a topic on Alpha Wednesdays. What's the going consensus on Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein?
Bro, what a transition, man.
Before we do that, let's just wrap up the Israel
hey, what's
Palestine
your
stuff.
actually? What is your opinion on Epstein?
No, because I feel like all this ties into that. Well, because he says like you said the Western world like doesn't have no fucking Western world, the U.S. Yeah, the ties for, can we say they're heavy in the U.S.
They're key players. They're
Very key players.
high up.
I think they're the highest up. That's the thing.
They're very high up. It's very
It's coincidental, don't you think?
no,
That
it's not coincidental. It's just that the things that work against like Islam and like Muslims and the Islamic community and like Arabs are really like it's always like Islam, Muslims, and Arabs. Like that's always goes hand in hand, because a lot of people don't understand that there's like multiple types of people who are Muslim. It's not just Arabs, but that's what like coincides always, because obviously the Arabic language and Islam are very closely tied. The location, so it's like very central to the religion. So I think that because it's so tied, that's why like Persian people are always like, we're Persian. They're like, they want to differentiate themselves from being like Arab or being like that kind of Muslim. Like they're more secular Muslims because of the connotation that has, you know what I mean? Because of like Islamophobia and stuff like that. So in America, it's just an easier pill to swallow to be like, side with, because of like the Holocaust and World War I and World War II. So just like because they're always defending them because of like how wrong they were done in Europe. So
I disagree.
it's just an easier pill to swallow.